Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy and a pleasure to be out in nature and greeting you, bringing this message to you. And as usual, I always bring the single eye message of self-realization to you, pointing you to look inwardly to discover your identity to be your divinity. Also, I teach you that the kingdom of God is within you, and that when you discover the kingdom of God, right, that all these things would be added unto you. That's the reason why I want to speak to you concerning Neville, Abdullah, and Andrew Carnegie. And I want to show you what they had in common. For example, Abdullah took Neville Goddard to be his student and to mentor him, that he would learn that imagination creates reality and that his true identity is his divinity. Also, he took him as a student so he would come to experience the single eye message of self-realization and how to use that single eye and believe God to be his own human imagination, which is the creator in man. Now, when we look at Andrew Carnegie, we see also Andrew Carnegie took Napoleon Hill to be like a student and teach him the philosophy of prosperity. And he did it by offering him a job without any payment. And he promised him that by the time he finished this job of interviewing the 500 most richest men around that time and learning the philosophy that was used to bring that wealth to them, or bring that riches to them, that it would be of value to the rest of humanity. So here we see Andrew Carnegie wanted to bring even more value to the rest of humanity. We see Abdullah also wanted to bring even more value to the rest of humanity. And that's the reason why I am here also and bringing value to the rest of humanity. It is said that great minds think alike, and all the wise men and so on, they all disagree on many different things. But there's only one thing they are in one total agreement with. They're in unanimous agreement when it comes to we become what we think about. In other words, whatsoever man so that also shall he reap. And so we are very much fortunate to be living in this time of this great awakening and understand what these men wanted the rest of humanity to achieve and how much they wanted us to discover this truth concerning our magical self, how to prove that we are magnetic and electrical, and that as long as we can conceive something, we can manifest it, teaching us how to believe in our own selves and how to believe that the world can be a better place if we would change and become the change that we would like to see. So Neville, as I said, was a student of Abdullah, and Abdullah was a Negro just like me, and he knew that being a Negro was not really his true identity, because he realized that complexion doesn't give you your identity, but it's only when you look inwardly and you discover your divinity that you will discover your true identity. And he also wanted us to convey that to the rest of humanity. Okay, Andrew Carnegie wanted us to do the same by showing us that it is basically our thought that is creating our reality. Therefore, we can think and grow rich, or we can think and grow in poverty. Therefore, both of them was teaching us that we have a choice and that we are responsible for our thoughts, and we can use our thoughts to create our reality or create our personality. Therefore, we all are responsible for our life. We are responsible for our thoughts. We are responsible for everything. because they wanted to teach us the power of cause and effect and how we are to work with that law of cause and effect, having the right understanding of how universal laws work. So yes, my brothers and my sisters, when Neville wanted us to go to Barbados without money, Abdullah taught him how he can go to Barbados without money. Also, when Napoleon Hill, as a young journalist, I believe, okay, when he wanted us to expand his consciousness and he had a longing to do something with himself, he met Andrew Carnegie. And here Andrew Carnegie was conveying something to him also that would reach out to the rest of humanity. So, you know, I'm saying all of this to say that for many years, you know, even back in ancient time, they've been teaching humanity how to live a life of prosperity, how to live a life of good health and wealth, and how to live a life as an overcomer, and to teach the rest of humanity to live that way also, so that it will be balanced. So, my brothers and my sisters, you know, there's nothing new under the sun. So what Abdullah may have taught Neville Goddard is basically the same thing that Andrew Carnegie wanted us to convey to Napoleon Hill, and that's the same thing Napoleon Hill has conveyed to us in his book, not just Think and Grow Rich alone, but the book that was hidden for 72 years, which is out within the devil, and all the other books and so on that have been written to teach us how to live this life here, being a spirit, having a human experience. So, my brothers and my sisters, my encouragement to you is to listen to those who have been pointing us to live this way, and see what you can get from them and apply in your life. So I would encourage you to listen to the messages of Abdullah by listening to the messages or lectures of Neville Goddard, and to listen to read the books of Napoleon Hill and Andrew Carnegie and so on, and all those who are involved in personal development, okay, and those who are involved in spirituality also, that has bring all this jewel to us, so we can uplift ourselves, and by we uplifting ourselves, we will find value in ourselves, and we will find that value from the things that were given to us for free, and we would use those things that were given to us for free to help to uplift humanity, because we would understand what it really means to bring value to the rest of humanity. So I just really wanted to show you what Abdullah and what Andrew Carnegie had in common, and what they would have meant deep within, what was their motive to bring a message of success to the rest of humanity. And here I am continuing that kind of work, you know, just taking the baton and continuing that work of bringing the good news or the true gospel to the rest of humanity. That's the reason why my brother and my sister are always pointed to look no other place but to look inwardly, to discover your divinity and learn to create your reality consciously. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to thank you very much for listening to me, and I encourage you, if you haven't subscribed already, to subscribe, to like. You can comment also. I would also encourage you to share this message, and to also follow me on Instagram at BlackMadGuru. Also, I would encourage you to read my blogs and my website, and the name of my website is blackmadguru.com. I have things written on my blog that would help you a lot, and I would encourage you to read them and to digest them and read them over and over, and use this information to help you to grow even more. So with that being said, I want to just remind you that this message I bring to you is the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 say, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And I'm saying to you, my brother and my sister, when you have that experience, you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that is the dawning of a new day in your life, because you would rise and you would ascend and bust your crown chakra. That's the reason why I always put my hand on my crown chakra, because this is the entrance. You will come out and become invisible, and then you will come to realize that you've been sent to tell the message of the invisible to the rest of humanity. That's the reason why I always say to you that without the sun there is no life and there is no light, and without the human imagination there isn't anything made that was made, and that the sun parallels the human imagination, the human imagination parallels the sun, and we all are the people of the sun, for the sun is what powers all of humanity. Therefore, my brothers and my sisters, my encouragement to you is to use your mind power, which is your solar power, your creative power, to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all. I'm out.